Hey everybody, Stephen Totilo of Kotaku, and oh my goodness, what am I showing you here? This is a lot of stats, a lot of stuff to read. Well, don't you fear. This is a very cool game called Dungeon of the Endless that I am running on my iPad, and I will explain a lot of this to you in a second. Really fun game, really hard game. It comes from a French studio called Amplitude. It's been out for about a year on Steam. It just came out to iPad a week ago. I think it's $5 on iOS and or on iTunes rather, and it's fun. It's, by the way, pay once and just play it. It's like like none of these whatever tricks, and it's, think of it as a hybrid tower defense and let's close this guy out so we can actually see some more stuff. A hybrid tower defense and roguelike. The name of the game, or the aim of the game rather, is to take this crystal here. I've got the game paused, by the way. Move this crystal here, use one of the characters to carry it to an exit. Problem is I haven't found the exit yet. Extra problem here is that where I've paused it, I have enemies coming in and attacking, monsters attacking. Monsters have spawned in a lot of the darkened rooms of the rooms that I've unlocked. So I'm hoping that I can fend these guys off and I can continue to explore and find the exit. It's a turn-based game. Every time I go through a locked door, that's a new turn. It'll play out in real time. You'll see when I unpause it. But right now I pause it so I could kind of start you guys out and show you, sort of explain what in the world is about to happen, and then let her rip. Let me tell you a little bit more about what's going to happen to make sure that I don't die. Because again, it's a tough game, and if my characters die, they stay dead. I don't want them to die. So, okay, let's talk about this room right here. So this room, I've got two heroes. I've got a food generator, and I've got two claymore mine turrets. I'm gonna be having enemies coming in from the right here. I've got one in there already. Looks like he'll get taken care of fine, and a bunch more enemies will spawn and they'll come in. Okay, I can handle that. Because enemies and monsters only generate in darkened rooms, I don't really have to worry about them coming in from the bottom, but I can see that enemies are spawning in these other dark rooms here, and it looks like they will all come in and eventually reach this area here. So I'm going to move my hero, Lady Tulok, who's kind of out on her own up there, and either going to have to fight on her own or not be part of the fight. I'm going to move her into this room here so that she'll be able to help fight. So we've got three heroes. I used to have four, but one of my characters killed one of my other characters during a cutscene between floors. It's frustrating. But I think this is going to work. So let's unpause it and see what's going on. Okay, so the monsters on the right are being handled pretty well. Monsters on the left also being handled fairly well, although I'm about to lose that science turret, so let's pause again. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Monsters coming in. I don't know what that icon means of the person looking hurt. It could be that my merchant's being attacked or my character's being attacked. I don't usually pause the game. The guys on the right look like they're no problem at all, so let's unpause there. Yeah, we're good there. I could be manually healing some of these characters, but you'll see that they're going to all heal. They're all going to heal between turns anyway. I could use some special moves, so I'm actually going to use her, Lady Tulok's special cavalry move here and unpause. And we got through the end of the turn with all the characters survived. They all automatically healed at the end of the turn. A lot of my turrets took a lot of damage. The way to do that, the way to recover from that, is to move a character who has a repair skill, which Rakia Polmani does. You see the little gear there. And move her onto the bust turret, so we're going to do that right now. When I do that, I'm going to be taking her off of the food replicator module that she's been working on. So if you look in the top left where it says 72 food plus 17, I'm gaining 17 food per turn. That means 17 food every time I go into a new room. Well, I'm going to lose some of that because I'm moving her off. So now it's only going to be 12 per turn, but I needed to get her into this room so that she could repair these turrets. The reason why so many enemies came in from the right, again, is because monsters spawn in rooms that are darkened. So strategically here, as I go through this randomly generated level, I'm thinking about things like, okay, I've opened up a bunch of rooms. Have I created a good choke point from which to fight off anybody who's going to come in? And it's arguable because while I do have some turrets here in this room with Gork, I also have a very valuable food generating thing, and I want to generate food so that I can level my guys up or heal them. So I should at least illuminate one more room, which will diminish the amount of enemies that might that might spawn there. If I could illuminate even yet another room, the one all the way on the right, I wouldn't have to worry about enemies from there at all. The fact that I now only have to worry about enemies from a single room here might mean that I could pull Gork off it and let the towers defend for themselves, but... And it does look like I'm taking more heat over here, so yeah, let's do that. Let's move Gork over here, so I'm sending him over. And then that means he'll also be able to help Rakia next time she gets attacked, if she gets attacked. But that way she can keep working on the... Yeah, I like that. So she can keep working on the research. And let's move Lady Tulok about into exploration mode. What we're looking for again is that exit to the level. So I'll move her up here. I'm just pinching to to open things up. Opening up a door. Remember, it's a turn. So I've just gained... Well, I've caused enemies to spawn. Can she handle them on her own? Not really, so let's get her back to here. So she's going to fall back. I can see from here how things are going. So it's just these enemies spawn from in that one room. They're all going to get taken out quite effectively. My characters all heal. I'll move Lady Tulok back out. Because I've cleared out enemies and opened up rooms, I've been able to gain enough dust, that's the yellow currency in the top left, to be able to afford to illuminate another room. So I could... completely resolve the problems on the right. But I think just having enemies spawn in one room on the right isn't such a big deal. So instead, I will, I guess, guard against there being any more catastrophe there. I also hear that if you just have a hero stand in a room, it can prevent enemies from spawning, but I don't want to do that at the moment. What I'd like to do is figure out where the exit is. So let's get all the way up here with Lady Tulok. This was better when I had 4 characters because I had a really fast character running and opening the doors, and then I had Lady Tulok as one of my defensive people standing in choke point rooms ready to fight guys off. Instead, she's having a fight on her own a lot, and I'm not thrilled about that. Let me have her fall back here. See what's going on the right. Enemies coming in. I think we'll be okay. Enemies are getting obliterated in that room there, so that's fine. See how we're doing here. Are these turrets handling themselves pretty well? I think so. I'm playing with fire here because Rakia Pomani is about to die, so let's pause this and get a sense of what's going on here. I can move Rakia out of that room, so let's do that. And put her here because we need to repair these rooms, these turrets over there anyway. Have just this clump of enemies here. My guess is that my characters will take them out before... I'll watch their health bars, but yeah, see, it's going to all be fine. We got Rakia doing repairs, which is good. I think those I'm pretty satisfied with how those turrets performed, especially because I'm able to repair them. They didn't get taken out. I didn't need a person standing there. I'll put her back here. She's clearly taken a lot of damage, though, and so let's move her to... Let's level her up. Now she's got 2 active skills. Let's see what the other one is. Oh, and maybe I should give her, yeah, first aid kit to carry. What does that give me again? Oh, just a little bit more HP regen. Yeah, let's definitely take that. That's all I can do. Yeah, I don't have any machine gun that I can give her. Okay. What's this new skill that I got? Health warning. Okay. So those are active skills, and you haven't seen me use that much of them. So let's keep the 2 of them in the room. Let's keep moving on, and I'm going to keep playing this until I get to the exit of the floor so that you can see a full playthrough. So bear with me a little bit more. I hope you're digging this and you're seeing the amount of strategy that can go into this and appreciating that even at this easy level, they're too easy in difficulty mode. There's a lot to think through, a lot of strategy. Okay, we just hit a dead end, and that's where the exit is. Okay, great. Okay. So a couple different things I can do now. I could, well, I'm going to bring her all the way back. We know that ultimately I'm going to want to move the crystal from the bottom of the map up to that exit. And I think that Lady Tulok's my fastest character, so she'll probably be the one doing that. I can open up another room. There's pros and cons to this. If I do it, that'll create... well, let's just do it. I could get some more dust for it. Well, in this case, I found some industry. Looks like there's a whole lot more rooms, but I got 3 more rooms I can now open up. I don't have any more enemies spawning, so it's not really that much of a problem right now. I could be building a whole lot more turrets, and now that I know where the exit is, I'd be more comfortable building up some defenses and figuring out what I'm going to do here. I know that I'm going to want to protect along the way, so, but my character's pretty fast. I'm ultimately going to want to illuminate as many rooms as close to the exit as possible, but it looks like I'm only going to be able to, I'm going to want to power at least 1, 2, 3, 4 more rooms. And I would turn off the rooms on the right and there, but only 3 more, so I want a little more dust so that I can power up 4. I think that she's going to be fine moving through most of this, but let's build up a couple more claymores and a slow down neurostun there. Let's over here. Claymore. I like the slowdowns, so let's do that. Okay. And let's go back down here and move Lady Tulok through a couple more rooms here. Okay, so I've got enough dust to eliminate another room. I've got monsters coming in. Let's take a look at what's going on. So pause. All right, lots of enemies coming in. They're all going to clearly converge to that choke point room there. I would say I don't seem to have enemy monsters coming in anywhere else. It's nice now that I've built these other turrets, so that'll help me out. I'm going to move Lady Tulok into this room here. But these turrets that I just built, they may take some damage, but they'll also soften enemies up a little bit. Okay, Rakia is still fairly weak, it seems. So I've healed her. And I'm going to do the special skill there. See how that goes over. Now, Rakia is about to die, so let's get her the hell out of here. Have her fall back here. Oh, shit. Can she even get out of there? All right, we can heal her up a little bit. Okay, she should be good. She's got some health regen points too. And we survived. Okay. All right, got a little hairy there. Whew. But now I can open up, I can illuminate 2 more rooms, I think. I'm not really worried about all these dark rooms down there. And so, yes, for everybody's sake, my heroes, you, the viewers who've watched quite a lot of this level, for me, we are going to make the end run here. So let's illuminate all those rooms. That's nice that I just illuminate the final room and the other ones follow through. Do I have any surplus illumination that I can spare? Not really. If I'd had, if you know, it would have been great to be able to illuminate those 2 rooms on the left, because then I wouldn't have to worry about enemies spawning there, and then I really would just have a very smooth run through. But since I can't do that, what I'm going to do, well, we know that Rakia is weak, so we're going to move her into the exit room right away. So we send her there. Let's see, Gork is a pretty good fighter. And we'll put Gork here. Oops, sorry, no, that was Rakia. Sorry, Rakia goes there. Gork is a pretty good fighter, so we're going to have him hang out over there. And what is the turret? I'm going to add a suppressive firebot just to give him a little bit more attack amplification. And Lady Tulok's going to be the one carrying the crystal. And let's see how this goes. Okay, so enemies that come through will come towards the exit, so I do have to bear that in mind and build up some more defenses. I think what I'll be having... Yeah, what I want to do. Okay, I know. Nope, didn't want to do that. Well, we'll worry about that later. I want to build Claymore here and a slowdown there. And another Claymore. If need be, we build a couple of these guys here, but I don't think I'll need those. And let's see how this goes. Once I do this, enemies are going to spawn in every darkened room. They're all going to converge on the crystal, and then I believe also toward the exit. So as you can again see from the lay of the land here, my goal is going to be to for everybody to survive and to get the crystals at the end. So let's do it. Okay, all right, let's get her through. Oh, let's just pause and look at the what I was saying. Yep. So actually, looks like no enemy spawning down there yet, but enemy spawning in from the right. I think she can get past them fast enough. In fact, I'm just going to direct her to get. I'm just going to direct her to go all the way, right? Why wouldn't I do that? Can I not do the movement prompt there? Okay, well, we'll get her into this room here and let's see how this goes. So she's getting through. Okay, so she's getting attacked there. I think she's going to be fine. Yep, okay, they're going to come into this choke point room here. Enemies coming in after Gork. Let's group Gork and Lady Tulok together and get them moving. Get them up one more. Looks like it's going to be fine. No enemies coming in this far. They're trying, but we're getting through it. Our guys are taking a little bit of damage. The turrets will take them out. Get everybody to the exit. Just to look at what's happening. Lots of enemies coming through. This is why we were so strategic. Obviously, there were a lot more rooms that I could have unlocked. I could have found another hero that maybe could have helped me out and build up my stable to 4 heroes. I didn't do that. I got my 3 heroes though to the exit. Let's take out a couple of more enemies for good measure, and we're out. I survived the 7th floor. You survived watching me play a floor of Dungeon of the Endless. I hope you got a kick out of it. It took me a full 36 minutes to get through the whole thing, but I just showed you, I guess, the final 17 minutes of action there. I think the game is fantastic, very intriguing, well worth your time, worth your $5 if you have an iPad, worth checking it out on PC, eventually coming to Xbox One as well. A good job by the folks at Amplitude. Hope you liked it. Take care.